Hey everyone, welcome back. Before we plunge into the incredible depths of today's topic, I'm sending a huge wave of positivity and good vibes your way. Wherever you are in the world, I truly hope you're feeling fantastic, taking amazing care of yourselves, and staying healthy. That's the foundation for everything good in life. Now, get ready to journey to a place so extreme, so alien, and so mind-bogglingly deep that it makes Mount Everest look like a small hill, the Mariana Trench. Nestled in the vast, mysterious western Pacific Ocean, this isn't just any underwater valley. This is the deepest point on our entire planet. We're talking about a chasm that plunges down to an almost unbelievable 11,000 meters, or about 36,000 feet, deep at its lowest point, known as Challenger Deep. To put that into perspective, if you could somehow pick up Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on land, and drop it upside down into the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be submerged under more than a mile of water. It's a place of crushing pressure, perpetual darkness, and secrets we're only just beginning to uncover. It's Earth's final frontier, right here in our oceans. So, where exactly is this incredible place? Imagine looking at a map of the Pacific Ocean, far to the east of the Philippines and south of Japan. There, you'll find the Mariana Islands, a chain of volcanic islands. The trench runs in a long, crescent-shaped arc alongside these islands, stretching for roughly 2,550 kilometers, about 1,580 miles. But its fame comes from its depth, not its length. The deepest part, Challenger Deep, sits near the southern end of this arc. This trench isn't a random hole. It's a direct consequence of the titanic forces constantly reshaping our planet. It marks the boundary where two of Earth's massive tectonic plates collide. Specifically, the fast-moving Pacific Plate is being forced downward, diving beneath the smaller, slower-moving Mariana Plate in a process called subduction. As the Pacific Plate bends and plunges deep into the Earth's mantle, it creates this immense, steep-sided canyon in the ocean floor. Think of it like the deepest, most dramatic scar on Earth's crust, formed over millions of years as these colossal slabs of rock grind against each other. Now, let's try to truly grasp that depth. 11,000 meters. 36,000 feet. Numbers that big can feel abstract. So, imagine this, if you were standing at sea level, the water pressure pushing down on you is about 14.7 pounds per square inch. That's the weight of the entire atmosphere above you. For every 10 meters, 33 feet, you descend underwater, that pressure roughly doubles. By the time you reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the pressure is absolutely crushing, over 1,100 times the pressure we experience at the surface. That's equivalent to having about 50 jumbo jets piled on top of you, pressing down on every single square inch of your body. It's an environment so hostile that only specially engineered machines can withstand it for short periods, and unprotected humans would be instantly crushed. This immense pressure warps the very physics of the deep. Water is squeezed so tightly that its density increases, and sound travels differently. It's a world operating under rules we barely understand. What's it like down there? Picture absolute, unending darkness. Sunlight can only penetrate the clearest ocean water to a depth of about 1,000 meters. Below that, you enter the midnight zone, and by the time you reach the trench floor, sunlight hasn't touched that spot for millions of years. The temperature is just above freezing, hovering around 1 to 4 degrees Celsius, 34 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Yet, despite the crushing pressure, freezing cold, and eternal darkness, life not only exists but thrives in bizarre and wonderful forms. The creatures of the Hadal Zone, the name for depths below 6,000 meters, are true extremophiles, perfectly adapted to an environment that seems utterly inhospitable to us. Many are small and translucent, lacking gas-filled cavities, like swim bladders, that would implode under the pressure. They often have slow metabolisms and move deliberately to conserve energy in a place where food is incredibly scarce. You might find ghostly white, almost alien-looking fish with enormous jaws and needle-like teeth, adapted to snatch any infrequent meal that drifts down. Enormous, single-celled amoebas called xenophyophores, the size of dinner plates, crawl along the sediment. Strange, pale shrimp-like amphipods scavenge. tube worms and sea cucumbers dot the landscape. And the base of this entire deep-sea food web? Not sunlight-driven photosynthesis, but chemosynthesis. Microbes harness the chemical energy seeping from the earth itself, from vents releasing superheated, mineral-rich water, or from the breakdown of organic material slowly raining down from the sunlit world far, far above. These microbes form mats, and larger creatures feed on them, creating a unique ecosystem powered by the planet's inner heat and chemistry, completely independent of the sun. Reaching Challenger Deep is one of humanity's greatest exploration challenges, akin to landing on the moon. The first and, for a long time, only manned descent happened way back in 1960. Swiss engineer Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh squeezed into the Bathyscaphe Trieste, a specially designed deep-diving submersible that looked more like a balloon than a submarine. Their descent took nearly 5 hours. They spent only about 20 minutes on the bottom, their view obscured by silt stirred up by their landing, but they proved it was possible. For decades, no human returned. Then, in 2012, filmmaker and explorer James Cameron made a historic solo dive in the deep-sea Challenger, spending hours collecting samples and filming the alien landscape. Since then, several other dives, manned and unmanned, have followed, including multiple visits by explorer Victor Vescovo in the submersible limiting factor. These missions use incredibly robust vehicles built like spheres of thick titanium or specially formulated glass to resist the crushing pressure. They carry powerful lights and cameras to pierce the darkness and robotic arms to delicately collect samples of rocks, sediment, and even fragile life forms. Every descent is a high-stakes operation, pushing the boundaries of engineering and human endurance, all to bring back glimpses and knowledge from this most inaccessible place. So, what have we learned from these daring expeditions and robotic probes? We've discovered that the trench floor isn't just barren mud. There are surprising features. We found hydrothermal vents, similar to those in shallower depths but operating under even more extreme conditions, spewing mineral-laden fluids heated by the subducting plate below. We've mapped complex topography, ridges, valleys, and outcrops within the trench itself. Crucially, we've collected invaluable biological samples, revealing new species and understanding how life adapts to such extremes. We've also made sobering discoveries. Human pollution has reached even here. Explorers have found plastic bags and candy wrappers littering the deepest point on Earth, a stark reminder that no place is untouched by our impact. Scientifically, studying the rocks and sediments helps us understand the subduction process in detail, how one plate dives beneath another, how earthquakes are generated deep in the crust, and how water and minerals are cycled between the surface and the Earth's interior. The microbes thriving here could hold secrets to new medicines or enzymes that function under extreme conditions, extremozymes, useful for biotechnology. The trench is a natural laboratory for geology, biology, chemistry, and physics, operating under conditions we can't replicate on land. Why should we, living our lives far above on the surface, care about this incredibly remote, dark, and crushing abyss? Because the Mariana Trench, and the deep ocean in general, plays a vital role in the health of our entire planet. It's a key part of Earth's climate system. Cold, dense water from the polar regions sinks and flows along the ocean floor, including through the deep trenches, driving global ocean circulation patterns. This conveyor belt helps distribute heat around the globe and regulates our climate. The deep ocean also acts as a massive carbon sink. Over vast timescales, carbon dioxide absorbed from the atmosphere by the ocean surface eventually makes its way down to the deep sea, where it can be stored in sediments or consumed by deep-sea organisms. Understanding how much carbon the trenches can hold and for how long is crucial for climate models. Furthermore, the unique life forms and chemical processes down there represent an incredible reservoir of biodiversity and potential scientific knowledge. They show us the astonishing resilience of life and expand our understanding of the conditions under which it can exist, knowledge that might even inform our search for life on other worlds. Protecting the Mariana Trench from pollution and destructive activities isn't just about preserving a remote wonder, it's about safeguarding processes that affect the global ocean and atmosphere we all depend on. The Mariana Trench stands as a humbling symbol. It reminds us of the sheer scale and power of our planet, forces operating on geological time that shape continents and ocean basins. It showcases life's incredible tenacity, flourishing in the most improbable places against all odds. It represents the pinnacle of human curiosity and engineering, our relentless drive to explore the unknown, even when it requires building machines capable of withstanding hellish pressures. And it serves as a stark warning: if our trash can reach the deepest, most inaccessible point on Earth, we need to seriously rethink our relationship with the oceans. The trench is more than just a record-breaking depth, it's a window into Earth's violent tectonic processes, a crucible for unique life, a regulator of global systems, and a testament to both the fragility and resilience of our blue planet. So, the next time you look out at the ocean, remember that beneath those waves lies a world far stranger and more profound than most science fiction, a world where mountains could vanish without a trace, where creatures live in eternal night under unimaginable weight, and where the very bones of our planet are constantly being reshaped. It's a place that challenges our understanding and fuels our sense of wonder. Thanks for diving into the deep with me today. Take care of yourselves and this amazing planet we call home. Stay curious,